Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of that. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Denver Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dog Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here with us for today. All right, with us we got, James and Jovan will sign in momentarily. With us is Brian Bitler is with us today. We have Jay Briggs as well as Rod Zawacky. All right, here's how they will line it up for this evening. We've got Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Clark, Zawacky making a late scratch. He's in Arizona, going to go see the D-backs game. And then I will close this one out. All right, on the board tonight. Light card for Friday. We do have games here from one from Major League Baseball, single from college football, as well as two on the ice. There's some NBA preseason up ahead into a big weekend of college football and NFL, so let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Ready to roll here with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Things going great. All right. You got one eye on the monitor and one eye here in the camera, so we'll roll here with this one. As we got a commercial break now, so we get Jay fully focused here on this segment. Tonight we're going to be looking here with Jay as we go to NBA preseason action. We know his team's in action tonight. Mavericks here to host the Pistons. The Mavericks are laying 5.5, total 223.5.
Yeah, man. Everybody knows that my favorite team on the whole planet is the Dallas Mavericks. The problem is last year they were the absolute worst team for your pocketbook ATS. Trust me, I know. And thus far here in the preseason, they haven't seemed to take it all that seriously. The Pistons, on the other hand, they have. I'm grabbing the points with the Detroit Pistons in this one. I think they're a live dog. I think sprinkling some on the money line is probably a solid place to be as well. This Pistons team, man, I think they're going to be a team that we're going to be able to make some money on in the regular season. This is a young core that is coming together. A lot of guys were hurt last season. Their main guy, Caden Cunningham, he now looks healthy, looked good last night. I am a little worried with the Pistons being on a back-to-back, but I still think they do enough to compete here. Until Dallas, my favorite team, shows me this season that they're going to be pretty profitable for my pocketbook, I'm really going to be looking to fade them, in all honesty, taking the Detroit Pistons here, plus the points.
All right, here we go with Jay. He says he likes in this one Detroit Pistons here at plus 5.5 here against the Mavericks. Of course, as we're getting ready here, winding down the preseason here. What were your thoughts so far as you watched the Mavericks? Of course, they opened up the preseason. They got everything started this NBA preseason overseas. So far, what have you seen from this team and looking into the regular season?
Yeah, I think we're going to be much improved from last year. This is a group that I think has more chemistry than the group did last year. Last year, that group, it was reminiscent of missing guys from the Western Conference run. It wasn't the same team. It was a lot of shakeup. Added another star midseason, so I just think it was a lot going on last year. This year, I think they're going to be right there in the mix again. Top 4, top 5 seed. I think Luka Doncic returns to being one of the top 5 players in the NBA, depending on where you have him. And when you have a top 5 player in the NBA, usually how the NBA is shaking out. In my lifetime, if you have one of those guys, you always have a shot to go deep. So I think the outlook for this team is going to be pretty well. I think they're going to compete for a postseason spot and then compete when they get in the playoffs in a wide open Western Conference, I believe.
There you go with Jay Briggs here. Let's look at now, of course, what we do on Friday, Jay, we like to go over is the Texas teams in college football action. We started off here, early rise here. I've got Baylor at Cincinnati here. Cincinnati favored 3.5. Total sits here at 49.5. Interesting, these ex-A10 AAC teams facing this Big 12 teams haven't had a lot of success, except, of course, they got lucky with that Houston win against West Virginia. How do you see this one?
Yeah, this is a weird game. Baylor is not that good this year. They're not. But it doesn't appear that Cincinnati is either. Cincinnati first year in the Big 12, correct?
Yeah.
So they're at home. If they were to get there, I think this is going to be their first Big 12 win in conference play. Lost to OU, BYU, and Iowa State. I think they get this one here. I haven't been impressed with Baylor. They looked good in their UCF game, came back and got it, but collectively I don't think that they have enough. I don't like the hook on that one with the Cincinnati, but I do think the Bearcats win that game, get their first conference win.
Wow, so he's going to go here with the Bearcats to get the win here. Of course, as we said, this has been a Baylor team that really is underperforming. They're supposed to have this really good defense, right?
Yeah, and then their quarterback was hurt early to start the year. This team is just the pieces just haven't come together like they have in years past. I don't think they're as good as years past, so I gotta take the Bearcats here in this one.
All right, we got Jay here on record here, says go ahead and take the Bearcats. All right, let's take a look here at the next game up here. We'll find one here from the state of Texas is what we're looking for coming up next here in these 9 a.m. starts. But I think we're going to have to get into a little. We're going to have to get it a little earlier. Let me see what we go. Here we go. We'll find the next game here from the state of Texas as we do this rundown with Jay here on Saturdays. I know we got one coming up here at 3:30. Here we go. North Texas, Tulane. North Texas, they showed a little better on that defensive effort, but it's not been a really good defensive team. Tulane, we know is tough there. This is ESPN2. This here is laying 20 here, total 63.
Yeah, Tulane is the better team, but I would probably look at grabbing the points with UNT here in this one. UNT has an offense that I think can compete with a lot of teams here in the country. And I just think offensively they can give Tulane some problems. So laying that many points with Tulane, I don't think is a solid idea. I know we've seen them look good, but when they go up against some good offenses, we've seen Ole Miss put up 37. We saw UAB 23, Memphis 21. I think that UNT's offense is right in there with, some of those teams. And if they can get to that number, I don't see Tulane necessarily blowing them out. I would grab the points with UNT in that one.
I'll go grab points in that one. All right, let's look for our next game from the state of Texas. As we go through the Week 8 college football card here with Jay, as we do on every Friday. Here's one I got to talk about here, right? Sure. Here at 4 Eastern time on Fox, Texas here against Houston. Again, here's one of these Big 12 teams against the first-year teams from the AAC. Of course, Houston with a little bit of a lucky bounce to get the win. But Texas laying big here, 23.5. We see the total 60.5.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I'm going to look at laying it here with Texas. Off the bad loss to OU, a deflating loss for the program, but they had a bye week in there. So I think that they're going to be more than prepared coming off that bye week to come in here on the road and beat up on Houston. I know Houston's going to take this game as like their Super Bowl this year. We're probably going to see them, give everything they have, but I just think that Texas is kind of like Michigan. Like, are they the most sexiest team? No. But over the course of a game, I think they can wear you down and continue to bring in more and healthy players and better second-unit players than you. I think over the course of the game, the Longhorns get there and they cover this point spread.
All right, you got the Texans on the road here to cover this point spread here against Houston. Here's another team from San Antonio, UTSA on the road here facing FAU. Harris healthy now. FAU come off with a really good outing here. We got UTSA laying 2.5 on the road, total 58.
This is another interesting game, Tony T. UTSA, I don't think they're as good as years past. I would say their last 2 wins were solid wins coming off the huge loss to Tennessee. I like what FAU has shown me. That win last week over USF is huge. Especially, we saw USF play Alabama really tough. For FAU to beat them in that fashion, maybe this team is starting to trend up in the right direction. Give me FAU plus the points and maybe on the money line here against UTSA.
Yeah, home dog here with FAU and UTSA. All right, let's continue on here. Looking for a state of Texas. Here's one here. Texas Tech on the road against BYU. Here we go. Big 12 team against a first-year entrant, BYU. Independent. One sleep before in the Mountain West. BYU figuring it's not easy when you're a major conference. It's not like when you're facing a good team and face 3 bad ones in the Mountain West like they used to do. You're going to get a tough opponent week in, week out, and it's going to be physical. Texas Tech road favorites here, 3 on the road, a total 50 on FS1.
This Texas Tech team is not that damn good. They're just not. Last week was a really deflating loss to Kansas State at home, a place where they played their best football all year. They've struggled mightily on the road this year. West Virginia got them. They did beat Baylor, but I told y'all earlier I'm not high on that Baylor team at all. Kind of like I said about Cincinnati. Well, BYU already has their first win. They beat Cincinnati, but I think this is going to be BYU's first win over a mainstay that's already been in the Big 12. They lost to Kansas and they lost to TCU. I think this is their first win over a Big 12 opponent. I got to take the Cougars at home as the home dog over Texas Tech.
Home dog here, says Jay here, BYU and Texas Tech. All right, here's another one here. Two Big 12s going at it here. TCU at Kansas State. Kansas State, we know, can run the football, but Kansas State going to be laying here 5.5. Total sits at 60.
Kansas State is a weird team to figure out, man. We saw them lose on the 80-yard field goal to Missouri. They got an ugly loss, in my opinion, to Oklahoma State, because that Oklahoma State team is not that good. But two solid wins. UCF beating them the way they beat them is solid. And then last week on the road, they really showed me something, how well they dominated Texas Tech. Like I said, a team that has played their best football at home. This is probably my least favorite of all the Texas games, Tony T. I'm going to lean Kansas laying the 6, but I can see them winning that one by a touchdown is what I'm going to say. I think they win it by a touchdown, but it's a Big 12 game. Man, I can see this being a high-scoring affair, possibly getting into overtime.
All right, there we go, Jay. Look at the home team here laying it against the TCU. I think that might be the final game from the state of Texas. I don't think they're going to be playing one under the lights. That's it. That and the Houston game. Of course, we're getting into some of the nope, not Texas. These are not Texas games. All right, Jay, we got you covered here. Of course, on the record here, Jay, with the Pistons NBA preseason plus 5.5 here against the Mavericks. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have a baseball game on the board tonight, as well as the college football with the team from state of Texas in there, SMU, in battle, huge favorites. Of course, we've got a couple on the ice heading to a huge football weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tonight, I just had my Major League Baseball $19 postseason play, 7-4 on that play in the postseason. It's in that Diamondbacks Phillies game, of course, as my Rangers are playing right now. So you guys can hop on that play. I absolutely love that play. And I also take it back. I have a preseason play, last day of preseason tonight. So my favorite play, you guys can scoop up for $19 over at Pick Dogs Premium. But hey, let me tell y'all, right now is the absolute best time to hop on something long-term. Y'all know what comes back on Tuesday. My favorite sport to bet on, the NBA, man. So jam session will be back. Hop on a long-term pass, 3-day. I think you get Tuesday. 7-day, of course, you get the now until this same time next week. So, or hop on a monthly, man, something long-term. Pair me up 2 for 1 with one of the guys as well. And let's make some money with the NBA coming back in NFL this weekend. Positive units there, trying to keep it rolling.
Yeah, keep it rolling indeed with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dog Premium. Time to get that long-term passes. All these sports are overlapping. It is a perfect time to get signed up to one of the long-term passes. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off at checkout. So get signed up here with Jay. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can catch you in the morning show as you host that morning show. Now we had to kick the start time up early because a lot of cappers on there from the drive-through. The roster keeps growing, and of course we can catch you there. And of course, also your live video series with the NFL rundowns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So catch me hosting the weekend shows tomorrow, bringing in all the guys, and Sunday as well, talking college football and NFL. And then my live show, I have a live show in the afternoon. It's no longer going to be the NFL show. It's just going to be the afternoon show with the NBA coming back. So talking NBA and NFL and college football, whatever's on the guys' mind throughout the week, we're going to talk it. So be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, that's all I got for you tonight.
All right, guys. So check it out, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jay's videos drop, you get them in real time. Get the best numbers. Rangers here at the plate now. Of course, down 1-0, but Verlander's still on the hill. All right, Jay, we'll see how this one rolls, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Sweating this one out. All right, let's continue it on here on the drive-thru. Up next, well, we do have Jovan's schedule. I don't think Jovan's made it back yet. He run a little late there, kind of dealing with that Boston traffic. So we're going to go over and welcome in Brian Bitler, catch him over at Pick Dodge. We're bringing Brian in right now, of course, so you can catch him here on the show. Bring him in ready to roll with Brian. Brian, what's happening?
Tell you, great to be with you on a Friday night. Had to stop by the drive-through. Captain Obvious loves to make an appearance during the weekend. I'm ready to go square dancing And probably the pick I'm going to give you isn't going to be something that Captain Obvious would like, but I think all the gamblers out there are going to enjoy this pick for sure.
There you go. That's his square dancing outfit today, Captain. I don't know if it's a Halloween costume or that's who he is.
The ladies like it.
Ladies like it. They like Captain Obvious. They know what's coming.
That's right.
That's right. No surprise.
That's
no
right.
surprises from Brian Bitler at all. All right, here we go tonight for 7 Eastern time. SMU and Temple. Look at these money lines. You can look at the line, as you can tell here. Temple here is the big dog here. SMU going to lay 24 on the road here. Total 53.5.
Yeah, we definitely have far from a great matchup here in college football for Friday night action. SMU Mustangs visiting the Temple Owls. Hopefully, E.J. Warren, Temple's talented young quarterback, can get the start tonight after missing a game due to concussion protocols. The Owls have been pretty brutal this season, covering the number just 1 out of the last 7 games, and they've lost 4 straight up. So really a double whammy with them. But those struggles, I think, give us a better number here to back Temple. And this morning, I got to say that it was only about 20 and 21 the line was, and now we're seeing 24. So I think if you wait the kickoff, you're going to get a better number on this game. I just don't see SMU. I see SMU winning this game by 14 or 17 points. I don't think Temple has any shot to knock off SMU tonight. SMU, no cover darling. They've only covered 3 of their last 9 games. So for them laying 23.5 to 24 points, that's a lot of points to cover. I'll take the Temple Owls plus the points.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take the Temple Owls. The Night Owls, it's a night game. It's a night game, so you got to take the Owls at night here, and that's who he's going to be on the who's tonight here against this SMU Mustangs team who is it's an issue there. Of course, we know the situation here with Temple. It's always been here trying to get that quarterback in shape.
Yeah, I mean, if E.J. Warren doesn't take the field, I think, man, that guy's slipping my. But he had no touchdowns, 3 interceptions last week, and I think they're going to be in poor shape if Warren can't take the field. But still, you're getting 24 points there, 3 touchdowns, and a field goal. I think, man, it'll be real embarrassing for Temple fans like myself, and I do like Temple because they're the hometown team. If they can at least keep it respectable tonight. Yeah,
the latest word here on E.J. Warner is doubtful. He was not dressed in uniforms in warm-ups. He was not in there. So this report coming from the Philadelphia Inquiry. So when you're not in there for the warm-ups and you're listed as doubtful, probably seems he's not playing with that concussion issue.
Nope, definitely not. And I kind of worried that when I saw, early this morning when I liked this play at 21, 20 and a half, I saw it go to 24. It kind of told me that it wasn't going to be a good situation with Warren. But I'm still going to ride. I'm still going to take Temple Owls here with all these points. I don't think SMU has the offense to crush Temple tonight.
All right, looks like you're going to have to deal here with the Virginia Tech, North Dakota State transfer here. Looks like it's going to be Quincy Patterson here, who will be under center. Again, he had a rough outing against North Texas, which is an atrocious defense. So we'll see how. But he did run the football for 113 yards and a touchdown. That was on the road. So now you got him at home in this home spot. So that's what Brian likes. He likes taking the plus points here now up to 23 against SMU to have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. Of course, we do have plays up here on the board here from Major League Baseball, single game up there with this Phillies in action tonight. Of course, we just say that because he lives in Philadelphia. He's not a fan of any team. And of course, we got the college football couple on the ice heading to a big football weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got 2 premiums for tonight. My NHL money shot play. I believe I'm up to a 4-2 start in the NHL this season. You can get that play over at pickdogs.com. Just $25 gets you that best bet, but my best play on the board is my titanium play. That's my Major League Baseball best bet. $15 gets you that winner over at pickdogs.com. And then Saturday, I got 3 premiums up. I'm going to have 5 in total. But I already got up early my Sun Belt Conference Game of the Year. $25 gets you that best bet winner. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com and pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up, guys. Get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you see the great results here from Major League Baseball here from Brian. We still got it's 1-1 now, home run here by Texas. So Jay Spurs got answered on that segment. So it's 1-1 here. Bottom 5th, Verlander still on the mound with 2 outs. So we have a very competitive. Well, you expect this game 5 to be huge, right? So there we go with the with that score with that home run.
Tell you what,
Go ahead.
Captain Obvious loves the Texas Rangers. He's a big fan, so go Texas.
All right, so the obvious one looks for the rebound here as Verlander serves up the tie run. So we'll see how that rolls. But anyway, get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results Brian has been putting up on the board right now. So go ahead and get signed up. Use that promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. You can also add multiple cappers with that multi-capper discount. Make it even a greater value there. Of course, Brian's got that titanium wager. All that is covered under that pass. All right, Brian, as always, have yourself a great evening. And, of course, we'll catch up with you again next week here on the show. But, of course, we always want to know we can always catch you on the weekends, right?
I'll tell you what, tomorrow with Jay Briggs, I'm going to break down and give out a pick in the Clemson-Miami Hurricane game.
Wow.
So make sure you guys tune in, see who I got. I know who I got. I'm not sure who Captain Obvious likes in that game. But I'll tell you what, guys, tune in tomorrow morning. I'll have a pick for you.
We'll have a pick for him indeed. All right, so tune in, guys, and like, subscribe, set notifications so when Brian's on, you're there with him to get the plays in real time. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
I'll catch you on Monday, Tony. I got to hit the dance floor. You know, these alligators got to hit the dance floor. I'll catch you on Monday.
Catch you on Monday. All right. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Got notice here that Mike Davis like to come on. Number one capper rated over at Pig Dogs. Give me the thumbs up if you're ready. I can bring you on next up. He's ready to roll. Okay, so we'll bring in Mike Davis. Catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in and ready to go here with a play for you here impromptu from Mike Davis. So we'll get him set to go. We won't have graphics, but it's all right. You want his pick. Let's bring him in right now. He's been red hot. Right. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Tony, man? Thanks for bringing me in. I wasn't sure I was going to get home tonight, but I appreciate you bringing me in on short notice, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you being flexible enough to come in on short notice. Greatly appreciate that. All right, Mike, what do you got for us tonight?
Yeah, and I didn't read over what everybody has, so I may be stepping on somebody's feet, but I really like the Detroit Lions on Sunday. I take them +3. I see +3. I've seen some 2.5s, but I certainly see some 3s. I like the Lions in this situation. You remember a couple years ago, Tony, I don't know if you remember this or not, but Baltimore goes into Detroit and Justin Tucker hits some kind of monster field goal at the buzzer to beat Detroit 2 years ago. So this is a bit of a revenge game 2 years later for the Detroit Lions, and I love the way they're playing football. I hate the fact that they're going to miss out on David Montgomery in this football game, but look for Jahmyr Gibbs to really come in, and they're going to lean on him heavily. I know he's been banged up, but Campbell has already said they're going to lean on Gibbs heavily in this game. Revenge factor is why I really like the Lions in this situation. Nobody's really buying into the Lions yet. Nobody believes in them yet. Not as many people are talking about them as you talk about these other teams like the Dolphins and the Chiefs. By the way, the Lions gave the Chiefs their only loss. And other 5-1 teams like the Eagles, you know, got a big matchup this weekend with the Eagles and Dolphins. But I really like the Detroit Lions in a revenge game going into Baltimore, catching 3 points against the Baltimore Ravens. So I'll take the Detroit Lions as my free play for tonight, Tony.
Free play for Mike Davis, number one handicapper 2023 document over at Pick Dogs Premium. Yeah, you know, I kind of looked at this one myself. You know, interesting to note when you kind of look at the home road splits for the Lions, something I've done for years. It's different now. Their good play is traveling. Their numbers look great on the road. Not only did they beat the Chiefs, they went into a spot some people had them losing. That was Green Bay. Even though it was love, it was not an easy spot. But, man, they are performing. Also, two concerns here about the passing game of that first-year coordinator working with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, Monken came in from the University of Georgia, and they expected big things out of him. You know, he had coordinated UGA to 2 back-to-back national championships. He comes in there, and things just aren't clicking that well for the Ravens. Don't get me wrong, the Ravens are going to show up. They're going to play hard in this football game. I don't like this spot for them. I really like the Lions. They got that us against the world mentality, Tony. And it's been working for him. It's been working for Dan Campbell, and I guarantee you all he's talking about this week is 2 years ago when Justin Tucker hits an 87-yard field goal or whatever it was to beat them at the buzzer. He's talking about it. He's talking about it. He's talking about it. They're going to be ready to play this football game. I just like them. I look for Aiden Hutchinson to be disruptive as always. I really like what they did in the draft, adding some depth on defense and some good linebacking play. I look for Detroit to And the Ravens offense, as you mentioned, Tony, they have not played great football so far. So I look for Detroit to be able to score enough to possibly win this game outright. I'm not a greedy person. I'll take the 3 points. I could see a 1 or 2 point game going either way here. But as far as the free play goes, let's give me the Lions plus the 3 points, Tony T.
Yeah, anytime you talk about the Ravens, you can always get a 1 point or a 2 point decision because they like to kick those field goals.
Sure, absolutely, 100%. I mean, hey, listen, maybe the best field goal kicker ever, right? Justin Tucker. I mean, this guy is just incredible. So anytime Harbaugh gets it to where, if it's 4th and 2 or whatever, might as well take Tucker out there and get the guaranteed 3 points. And they've been doing that a lot. And, they play a lot of close games. I like the Lions. I like the revenge factor. So that's why I like the Lions this weekend, Tony. I really do.
Lions plus 3 from Mike Davis. All right, Mike, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for him. As we mentioned, Mike, the number 1 handicapper over at Pick Dogs for 2023. Add another 100 units up there, as these were yesterday's graphics, but we can add another 100 unit winner there from Mike. It's been fantastic numbers, showing great profit this year. Last 3 days, yesterday, last 24 hours with his winner, popping that up to $21.91. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you what, Tony T, I was on the show yesterday, and I told you I dipped my toe a little bit last night in the National Hockey League, had the Colorado Avalanche, and I laid the goal and a half with them, and they won 4-0 against Chicago, who had played 4 games in a row on the road. That was their 5th game. They go home tomorrow. Chicago does, so we'll see what they can do against Vegas. Tough one for them there. But I have a Major League Baseball power play going tonight. I love the value of this situation. And this weekend, Tony, and I've mentioned this on your show before, and I appreciate you giving me the floor to do so again. My mentor in sports handicapping was Larry Ness. Everybody knows who Larry Ness was. He was a phenomenal sports handicapper. He was on all those morning shows back in the day on USA Network. I used to wake up as a kid and watch them. He was best friends with Al McMorty, Big Al, and Larry go way back. And Larry was my mentor. And they call him the legend. And so I got a legend play. I named my biggest plays in football or any sport after Larry the Legend Ness. And I got a big legend play going tomorrow in college football. Also have a bookmaker blunder going tomorrow in college football. And what that means, Tony, is, hey, listen, if I believe the line is off by more than 7 points, I feel like it's a bookmaker blunder. And listen, the folks out in Vegas, they don't make mistakes very often, but when they do, it's up to us to capitalize on those mistakes, and that's what I entitled that, a bookmaker blunder. I strongly suggest everybody grab a multi-day pass because I have one college football game that's not listed for sale that you will get on a multi-day pass, and I also have one NFL play that's not listed for sale that you would get on a multi-day pass as well. As far as Sunday, another NFL bookmaker blunder. Last week it was the Washington Commanders. I believe the wrong team was favored in that game, and of course it was. Commanders go into Atlanta and win that game outright. And the biggest play of the weekend in the National Football League, my NFL total of the year goes this Sunday. My NFL game of the year, I've already used that, Tony. That was with the Detroit Lions, -3 at home over the Atlanta Falcons. I think it was week 3 of the season. Detroit won that game 20-6, so a 14-point winner. This is the NFL total of the year that goes this weekend. So a lot of great plays going this weekend. I highly recommend everybody get a 3-day, 7-day, 30-day pass. Pair me up with one of these wonderful handicappers on this website. I'm talking about some talent. Pair me up with Tony T, baby. Pair me up with Tony T or any of these great handicappers, and let's go make some money this weekend.
That's right. Make money indeed with Mike Davis over at Pick Dogs. Premium documented number 1 for 2023 over at Pick Dogs. 2,191 units of profit. Showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days, yesterday. Get on board. Long-term pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, Mike, as always, great having you show. Thank you for coming aboard for today's show, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Tony T, you the man. Thank you, brother. And good luck to everybody this weekend. Y'all have a safe weekend and win some money.
You as well. Mike Davis here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's see. We're waiting on sign in for Jovan. I think we got Jovan in. Did we get Jovan? Let's see. No, we did not get Jovan in yet. So we'll continue on here on the drive-thru as we're waiting and see if we can get our next guest in. I think we're waiting for James Clark to come in. Let me see if we got James ready to roll here. Let me see if I get James here. On the thumbs up. Let's see here. Do we got him? Or don't we got him? Let's see here. We got Ron in here. Oh, James. Okay, if you're ready, James, give me a thumbs up. He's ready. Okay, so let's go ahead and welcome in James Clark. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now, ready to roll here. As we got him set to go here. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you today, buddy?
Everything's going great, doing great. As we're going to talk here baseball here, but I got to get the right game here. As we can update you. This game should be 1-1 now, as Texas got the go ahead run here in the tying run here in this fifth inning here. So we'll continue here on. Looks like there's some more scoring coming up here from. Then we got the Astros. Look, the Astros looks like they're going to have runners on the corner here, here in the sixth inning with one out. So we're getting some trouble here for the Rangers, but let's go ahead and let's get the right game up here. We've got James will be looking here at this one between the Phillies and the Diamondbacks here going head to head here as we see the Phillies. They're going to be road favorites here, -122. We see the total coming here at 9.5.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams and really, Philly has dominated this series. I know they lost last game. Every team has a bad hitting game. Philly's game, bad hitting game was the other day. When they got beat 2-1. I don't think it happens tonight, guys. I like Philly on the run line here, -1.5. I just think they got the better hitting, they got the better pitching. I just think from top to bottom, there's their team. Now, don't get me wrong, the Diamondbacks does have a good team, and they do got some good hitters. But they're nothing compared to this Phillies team. So I really like the Phillies to bounce back tonight and win this game by 2 or more runs. Like I said, the bats are a lot better, and I think they heat back up like they have been the first 2 games. And I really like Phillies on the run line tonight, guys. So let's hammer this and cash it here in a few hours.
All right, we got James here. Phillies run line, lay the run-and-a-half, +125 here against the Diamondbacks in tonight's action here. Yeah. It's one thing to note here with the Phillies. Yes, it was the bats that were a little cold. You're going to have that once in a while. But one thing that were steady was that Phillies pitching staff. And I'm going to let you guys in on something here about this pitching staff for the Phillies. And they have allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 7 of their 9 playoff. Think about that. 2 earned runs or fewer in 7 of their 9 playoff games. In one of those games, they allowed 3 runs.
That's right, guys. I mean, you just got to go back to the Braves series, the way that pitching staff mowed down a Braves lineup that everybody thought Braves team would be in a World Series. Look at that lineup from top to bottom. I know Braves had some injury pitching, but you think the bats would carry them. And the Braves lineup is a lot better than the Diamondbacks that are facing tonight. I really like Phillies. If they wouldn't have had that bag been a sweep, I just think the Phillies come out and dominate. I think Turner's bat picks up where he's hitting all series, and I just really like the Phillies to bounce back with their hot bats and win this by 2 or more runs.
All right, we got James here going Phillies in this one, and it looks like we're going to get a run scored here for Houston. Looks like an error or a bad hop single here, first and third, 2-1. Houston has pushed one across in the top of the 6th. Seager unable to field that hard shot. Would either be a hard hit single or an error on the play as Montgomery was summoned here in short relief. Wow, they got this game is big when you bring Montgomery out of the pen there, James. Oh, he's still pitching, I should say.
That's it. That's it. I got the Astros here. Montgomery, when he was with the Yankees, he didn't show me nothing. He has had a few good games this year with the Rangers, but I figured Houston lineup would get to him. And him starting, like you said, to game because they needed him. I figured that Houston would pound him. I'm surprised it's a 1-1 game, to be honest. I figured they'd come out and score 2 or 3 runs the first inning.
Yep,
and to be up about 4-1, 3-1.
Yeah, if that ball's fielded, it is a double. It would have been a double play because it was just hit like a sharp. But it took a wicket. It took a wicked hop there on Seager there. So first and third, 2-1 here. We've got Houston up on Texas, still top of the first here. 1 out and 2-0 count here. So Montgomery trying to may get himself even more trouble. All right, James. We always like to bring up West Virginia. What are they doing this weekend? They're going to be hosting Oklahoma State here as we see West Virginia favorite here. 3 total sits at 49.
Yeah, guys, what I like in this game, to be honest, I like the over. I like for both of these teams to come out. I don't look for much defense. Virginia, tuned defense. They looked pretty good the first few games, but Houston destroyed them last game, throwing the ball. We couldn't stop nothing. I look for the same thing. The Cowboys here, except their offense from the last few games that they started, they're looking pretty good. Like they got their offensive tune, and our offense is looking pretty good. Green's throwing the ball around everywhere, and then we got Donaldson in the backfield. If we're getting close to the goal line, we're going to hand it to our big monster, that's actually a tight end running back, and he's going to score for us. So he's scored every game so far this year. And there's a product too. Probably going to be, I like for him to score 2 touchdowns. Is a lot of juice. I think it's minus 220. So look for Donaldson to score 2 touchdowns. I think it's plus 300. But that's what I like in this WU game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be right there that field goal, 3 points. One team or the other is going to win. I hope it's West Virginia, but it's going to be a very close game. But it's going to be a high-scoring game.
All right, Jay, so look for that high-scoring game here. West Virginia and Oklahoma State. All right, on record here, Phillies run line, they the run and a half, plus 125 against the D-backs, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, limited card tonight with that single here from Major League Baseball, one from college football, couple on the ice, heading to a huge weekend. Of course, James with a fantastic year in Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, guys, I have a 3-pack, but it done went off with the Astros game earlier. But got to get the NBA package that I got up there for sale for season-long NBA. If you look back, guys, last 3 seasons that I've been with Pick Dogs, I'm plus 3,500 in units in the NBA in the last 3 seasons. And, to your little bet, $500, that's 3,500 in the last 3 years. And to your big bettors, that's $35K. So you can look at that, guys. Or I've been doing good in college football. The last few weeks, got that coming up, a 3-day. Or, we still got the World Series. We still got a couple left in the World Series, Look at the NBA, MLB package. Just whatever you like there, guys. I'm going to have a lot of plays tomorrow. I looked at the NFL card. I really like it. I got some dogs I think will definitely bark Sunday. So, and then if you get the 3-day, you'll get the Monday night game too. So just whatever you like there, pick it up, guys. Or like I say all the time, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of the cappers you see on the show or on the site, and we'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs. Premium great results in baseball. Of course, get this place for the week. Or get that 3-day pass. A lot of you guys like that 3-day pass. A lot of the football this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. NFL, college football, and more baseball playoffs in there as well from James. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, James, as always, great having you here on the show. Have a so great evening and weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show. Let's cash this Phillies -2 play money, and I'll see y'all Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. James Clark here on the drive-through. 2-1. Astros. Montgomery has been chased. The reliever gets a short fly out, so bases loaded. Houston up 2-1, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Let's continue. It looks like Jovan has signed in, so we'll bring Jovan in, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in here in a second. Ready to roll here with Jovan. And we'll see if we'll get him his play here for you guys. Let's see if we can bring him in right now. Jovan Burts, pass him up. Here we go. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. This is an injury game featuring both quarterbacks here. As we will let you know, the Rangers get out of the jam. It's 2-1 now as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Bears and Raiders going head-to-head here with the Raiders laying 2.5, total 37.5.
Hey, Tony, it doesn't matter with that game. Stick a fork in them. They're done. The Rangers are done. They could have broken wide open, but hey, it's 2-1 right now. It's a wrap. but we're gonna look at this this Las Vegas Raiders and Chicago Bears matchup. Yeah, just like you said, Tony, 2 injury-plagued teams, especially where it all counts. The quarterback position. Look at Jimmy Garoppolo, bad back. He had to go to the hospital last week. The Patriots took him out. That's all they could do. They couldn't take him out as far as the game went. Yeah, the Raiders. The Raiders are going up against this team. They're the better team, more talented team. Rather, as I say, these are the games that they're supposed to win, and they're on the 2-game winning streak. So they got a wily veteran under center right now, Brian Hoyer. He should be serviceable. Keep your fingers crossed on that. But they have the better talent on, I would say, both sides of the ball, especially offensively. So as long as Brian Hoyer does what he's supposed to do, doesn't make a boneheaded mistake as far as turning the ball over or a strip sack or a fumble or something like that, they should be in business. Josh Jacobs, he should run all over these Bears defenders. On the other side, no Justin Fields, or I don't believe there's gonna be Justin Fields on the field in this one. He's doubtful with a thumb on his offhand. But nevertheless, I think you're gonna have Tyler Badgett on the under center, and he did come in and play pretty decent. But I think in this one, Crosby's gonna be all over him. The offensive line for the Bears is a sieve, and I just think that the more talented team should win out, and that's the Raiders.
Raiders there 2.5 here against the Bears. Of course, yeah, you've got Hoyer's got a week with the first unit, and of course he's going to be able to work with Devontae Adams a little bit. We know how horrible this pass defense has been here for the Bears. You look for a big game here from Adams.
Absolutely, not only from Adams, but from the former Patriot, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name because I know him well.
Myers?
What? Yeah, Jacoby Myers. Yeah, he's a guy that Brian Hoyer knows. He's familiar with them, and it seems like he's the quarterback favorite no matter who's under center. And it's been Garoppolo, it's been Aiden O'Connell, and it's been Brian Hoyer. They all they all give him targets. So I think he's going to be another one who's going to reap the benefits.
Yep, and I guess we can now confirm here. It looks like Hoyer and Badgett have been confirmed here on some of the screens I'm looking at here. Garoppolo not playing here. 3-3 Raiders, 1-5 Bears. This would be a pretty big win here for the Raiders and kind of get some of the, I don't want to say, coaches feel pressure all the time, but it's just been so much negative over this coaching change since last year.
Yeah, I mean, McDaniels, he hasn't had not going to say a fair shake, but I'm going to say a fair shake. He hasn't had a fair shake since he's been to Las Vegas. It was like 2 or 3 games in last year, and they were calling for his job. Under those circumstances, it's you gotta let the coach cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have at least, as far as head coaching goes, you need at least a 3-year span to see if anything works. 3 to 4 years, really. But being how the NFL is a results based business, and they want turnover quick, it looks like he's not gonna get a fair shake. He might, if he doesn't turn it around, he might be out of there by the after in the off season. It's a sad state of affairs, but they are winning right now. They've won 2 straight, and if they win this one, they'll be in a better position. And this is a talented team. So if McDaniel's coaching style could sink into these guys, because the guys have been chirping after losses. The Raiders are players, but they're winning, so it doesn't matter who you're in front of. As long as you beat who's in front of you, keep it going. They should they should be able to make the playoffs as far as I'm concerned, because their schedules I think it was looking kind of light the next few games. Let me check and see. It's light as far as the next 2 after the Detroit Lions. So there's Detroit, the Giants, and the Jets. Those are winnable games. No, I don't know about the Detroit Lions because they're rolling right now, but the other 2, the Giants and the Jets, those are winnable games. So their record can if they win this one, it'll be 4-3, and they keep it moving.
That's what you want to see. That's actually moving the positive direction. Our Raiders here laying 2.5 here against the Bears on Sunday afternoon out east. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight an MLB. We got a couple from college football, some on the ice. Jovan having a great year in NFL. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, well, my game already went off, the Houston Astros, so you already know what side I was on that, just based on what I said earlier. But so nothing else tonight, but tomorrow gonna have a boatload of games. I'll have no less than 13 plays on the slate in college football. That's just the way it is. Anywhere from 13 to 16 is my guess as of right now. But then once you hit on the college football, we're gonna go to NFL on Sunday, where I'm gonna have anywhere from 5 to 8 plays. The way I think about football is on a Saturday college football slate, if you can't pick out 12 plays that you like, then what are we doing here? I know some guys, like to, focus in on several plays or some even one play, but you got to give the people what they want, and if this is your line of business, that, you give them what they want, you give them plays, and, and that's that. Give them the strongest plays that you got. That's how I look at it. But same more or less the same thing with the NFL, but the NFL can be tricky, because as far as the odds makers go, the lines are really tight. In college football, there's too many games that the odds makers have to deal with to not see where the odds makers get certain games wrong. So that's my way of thinking as far as on college football. But anyway, check me out on that. Check me out on my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, and match me with other handicappers for the 2-for-1 capital promotion. You can't go wrong at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Get on board with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog. So great results here from Jovan here in the NFL for this season. So go ahead and get signed up with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion, fantastic value right now. 3-day pass. You guys love that on a Friday, so get signed up. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up on the weekend shows.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll be there Sunday morning.
You got it. Check out Jovan Burts here on the weekend show. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. When Jovan's on, you get those picks. He's been having fantastic results here in NFL. All right, Jovan, have a great night. Catch up with you next week.
Absolutely. I'll be here. Have a great night. Win. See you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on The Drive. Dude, let's continue here on the show. Up next, let's bring in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Oh, my God. 3-run blast for the Rangers. They get to Verlander 4-2. The bottom of the 6th here for this the Rangers up here. But still a lot of baseball left to play here. And Verlander still on the mound here. Of course, they went to the bullpen with Texas Montgomery out. So Rangers with a big blast here to take the 4-2 lead. Remember, Astros had bases loaded. Couldn't get enough done in that spot. So critical game 5 here. Rangers have just taken. Verlander still on the mound, looking a little wild here. Facing Jung. All right, let's continue on. Let's bring in Rod Zawacky, catch him over at Pick Dogs. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Just watching this baseball game. 4-2 now. Just like I said before the show, I was like, we're going to see some runs in the second half. It's just like these bullpens have been beat up a little bit. So here it comes, as we've seen already. Here we go. It's on! We still got lots of baseball left. Yeah. They haven't even hit the top of the 7th. That's the Astros doing business. They love the top of the 7th. So this game's
far from over. Montgomery has been knocked out. Verlander on thin ice here. He gave up another base hit.
It's like, what's the live total? What's the live total? Can we get a good number on this live total?
Well, I'd like to, Rod, but your game starts in about 7 minutes, so we should get this, and then we'll get to the live.
I know. Okay.
Here we go. Flames and Blue Jackets, 7:07 Eastern time. I thank you for NHL for not starting top of the hour. So anyway, Flames favored -145. We see the total 6.5.
Yeah, we look at this one, and a tough spot for the Flames here on the back-to-back, playing last night and getting themselves a win in Buffalo. They get back-to-back wins. You know what? This is one of those teams that do fare well on the back-to-back. 6-1 in their last 7 off of 0 days rest with Markstrom in goal. But you know what? I don't like Markstrom. This is a guy that I love to fade, and he's on my list to fade early and often. He's So far this season, he's been all right, but he's still got an over 2 goals against average. Does Markstrom? This is the season of Elvis Merzlikins, I think he has himself. He's got a good start, 101 with a sub 2 goals against average and a 950 save percentage. Tough start to this kid's career, and I think this is the season that he steps it up and has a good one. And it kicks off here. This Blue Jacket team, definitely a little underrated. All the drama that went on with them over the summer. You know what? You're going to give me this plus money. I know the Flames are on the back-to-back, and this is an early back-to-back in the season. So your legs are even tighter and heavier on that back-to-back because you're not used to working out and getting used to into game shape. It takes you a month or so to get back into full game shape for these hockey players. And this is going to be a really heavy legs coming the third period. And the Blue Jackets take advantage and get us a win. So I think the Columbus Blue Jackets here in this game.
All right, Rod, let's go ahead and take Columbus Blue Jackets. This is a huge rest advantage spot here for the Blue Jackets. Last played here on on October 16th. Wow, that's we've seen some of this, right, with some of these games where I think we had a team the other night who had just had one game under the belt. And we have a spot here where Calgary is on a big road trip after Pittsburgh, lost to Pittsburgh, lost to Washington, beat Buffalo. Buffalo has really had some down period over several seasons.
Yeah, Buffalo not off to a good start with their goalie issues as well, and the Flames took advantage of those shaky defense in Buffalo. Flames, yeah, this is that get-out game. They want to go home. Their next game is at home versus the Blues coming up. So, this is the get-out game in this road trip as well. And on the back-to-back, they got the win they wanted last night. This one's just get out, stay healthy, don't get injured. And the Blue Jackets take advantage late in this one, and I think they pour it on, take the Blue Jackets.
Rod says go ahead and take the Blue Jacks in this one. And he looks for them to pour it on here. They're tonight here in the National Hockey League action. We'll talk about this one here. Devils, Islanders, NHL Network. This is your TV game here. Close one here. Devils $1.15, total 6.
Yeah, and you look at this one. You know what? The Islanders off to that start. Of the Islanders at home, they play solid defense, good hockey. This Devils team definitely going to be in contention come near the end of the season. Gritty young team, and I think they go far this season. This is going to be a great game. Definitely I'll have this on one of the TVs tonight watching this one. But I'm going to have to go with Ron and his Islanders here in this one. I think they get the win at home.
All right, says that he thinks they get the win at home here. Ron and his going with the Islanders. All right, we were talking in-game, right? We can go back here to this one here between the Astros and the Rangers. I got an in-game line right now here. Big favorite here are the Rangers, you expect right now. Minus 664, minus 728. Do your shopping. It's about plus 424 if the dog comes back. And the total's still sitting 8.5.
Still sitting 8.5. I'll take the over 8.5. Give me that. I think we still see some more runs in this game. As we've seen last inning, the Astros had the bases loaded and just didn't get the timely hit with one out. They got a couple outs and moved on. I don't think the bullpens come in and keep this score sheet clean. Look, we've seen 1 in the 5th. We've seen 4 in the 6th inning. Texas isn't even done here. They're still in the bottom of the 6th with a guy in first already. So jump on the over.
Well, I said jump on the over. Okay, this is the game where people are talking about in the chat. They want Rod's opinion here. Here we go. BC and Calgary. This is the game of the night. CFL. We see BC laying 8.5. Total 49.5.
Yeah, you look at this game, and it's actually going to have some playoff intentions because this Calgary Stampeders team last week came back from the dead after a bad first half and beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders last week. And you know what? That makes them a live dog to still have a shot at the playoffs. They need to get a win here against these BC Lions. Do they get the win? BC Lions, pretty much, they have to win out, and they hope that Winnipeg loses 2 games because Winnipeg holds the tiebreaker on who's going to get first in the West. Most likely that these BC Lions are going to be finishing second, and we'll have to play either Calgary or Saskatchewan in that home. Look at the home playoff game in that first game on November 4th, I believe, is that first week of the playoffs. But Calgary wants to make the playoffs, so they're going to have the huge motivation in this game to make the playoffs. And you're going to give us 8.5 points with a really highly motivated team. Give me the Calgary Stampeders plus the 8.5 in this one. I'm going to sprinkle a little on the money line because I think they got a great shot to win this game. BC Lions defense, sure, they started the season really strong. The last few weeks, they've given up points. They're not as good as what the numbers make out to be. I think Calgary can take advantage throwing the ball here, and got a great shot at winning this outright.
There you go from Rod on the peripherals. All right, Rod there helping us out here with these peripheral CFL action. And of course, we got him on record there for you guys here on the show. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, we got Major League Baseball still ready to roll. Of course, we've got a couple from the ice. We got the game here from college football. Great restarted from college football and NFL. Rod's approaching almost 1,100 units of profit combined on both sports. What do you have going on over at Pick Docs Premium?
Yeah, include that last incident there. We're combined to almost over 1,500 combined both NFL and college football. So off to a great start in the football season. I'm looking to continue that this weekend. I've got my 10-star play of the night tonight on the ice in the other hockey game, so I'll definitely scoop it up. Also have my 10-star college football play of the day up for tomorrow as well. I love that play in tomorrow's college football action. And as Jovan said, I'll definitely probably have 9 to 11 plays in college football tomorrow. I've already got 4 locked and loaded in there. NFL, usually I've got 5 to 7 plays on that Sunday, and then I always get the Monday plays thrown in there as well. So definitely today is the day to join that. We also have Saturday NHL hockey loaded card. I've shot 15 videos on that, so I've deep dive those 15 games. I'll have a couple of premiums there as well. So as everybody said before me, 3-day pass is the way to go. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, scoop that up, and join me for the weekend as we continue to crush football. Let's continue making the bookies pay us out. It's nice winning some money on the weekend and Monday cash in and enjoying the weekend.
That's right. Getting over with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Find the link to the page in the description. All right, Rod, any props you got going tonight?
Props tonight? Let's see who scores a goal. You know, it's going to be tough in that one game to get a goal.
Yeah.
So let's look at the other one who's you know what? He's been hitting home runs all over the place. I think you got to go with Schwarber to crush a home run tonight. He's already hit a couple, and he's just one of those guys that just clutch at hitting a home run.
Schwarber in the clutch against you're going to get 9 bullpen innings tonight from the D-backs. Maybe Ryan Nelson, who pitches like a long reliever this year.
And then whatever the shot total is, or how many saves the Islanders goalie has to make, go under, because I don't think he'll get the shots. The Islanders is the number one team at preventing teams from getting shots on goal. They average holding teams to about 21, 22 shots a game, which is unheard of. It's just they keep you outside, push you outside. They don't give you that chance to shoot the puck at the net as much as you like. So whatever the save percentage is for Sorokin in net, take the under, because I don't think you'll get the Devils won't get the shots. There
you go from Rod. Under see for Verlander. You have question marks in the chat. Some folks might be a little sour here with the Verlander. You know, his strikeout rate dropped down to 21%. It was 28 before. He was always in the 30s. They're making more contact than ever on Verlander. We'll see if he comes back next season. All right, Rod.
They leave him in too long.
They've been too long, possibly, too. Maybe left him in a little too long. There you go. Try to get him out of there quick.
Too long there. I think they should have pulled him. Left him into the 6th. I figured if he gave you 5 solid innings, I would have went to the bullpen after that.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted. Your number was 5. If he gave you 5, which is what he did, you get 6. You start somebody else. I know you wanted to push him and try to save the bullpen because you still got a lost series left, but it is what it is.
All right, so we can catch your video series, guys. Rod said here on the channel, all the games from the NHL for tomorrow, and also you'll be appearing on the weekend shows.
Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. Got to play in what game have I got going tomorrow? The Auburn game.
Okay.
Auburn's. You can check that out at the morning show, and also check out all the hockey videos. I've got 15 games tomorrow, so 15 videos there, plus a 2-team parlay for you as well. So subscribe, the way you get notified when those videos drop, and you can get the best of the number with us. Appreciate everybody. Good luck with your bets. Jump aboard. Let's continue to crush some football. Continue
to crush indeed, guys. Got to both Rod Zawacky. All right, have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the steak, that strip steak today, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, a couple strip loins for me and the wife, and a couple double stuffed baked potatoes. Good to go with a little broccoli, a little bit of cheese sauce. Good to go for dinner tonight. And then another little small steak for the dogs.
There you go.
Split a steak as well. So they're spoiled. They definitely got to get a steak as well. So
there you go.
Good luck with your bets as well, Tony. Crush that football as well.
You got it. Rod Zawacky here on the drive. All right, let's continue here on the show. Let's go to the recap, then we'll get my pick here. My game goes tomorrow, so let's recap it here. Jay was on the Pistons plus 5.5 against Mavericks preseason basketball. Jovan says Raiders lay the 2.5 against the Bears. Brian on Temple plus 23.5 against SMU. James, Phillies run line, lay the run and half plus 125 against D-backs. Rod was on the Blue Jackets plus 128 against the Flames. I'll be on Stanford plus 17.5 against UCLA. Mike Davis with an impromptu appearance said he liked Detroit Lions plus 3. Detroit Lions plus 3 against the Baltimore Ravens. So that was a bonus pick there. As Mike Davis here was as we're doing the show, I said, hey, I got a message that I can come in. We brought him in, and he came in here with this play on the Lions laying the 3. All right, let's continue here. Let's get to my game, and then we'll close it out here for the night here. UCLA Stanford, we got 17.5 in that one, and I think that's where I'm headed. Is taking the points here. It's just, again, I'm not overreacting to what I saw with Stanford last week. I'm kind of reacting to what I've seen with UCLA on the road with this freshman quarterback. They seem to be going with this freshman quarterback, and I've not, that's the issue I have. Of course, Stanford not only got that win against Colorado, they did show that competitiveness against an Arizona team that we know has played pretty good. Ashton Daniels, he's healthy now. Remember, there was some question marks taken last week. So we're going to be looking here at this Stanford team, really against Dante Moore, who, if you looked at his road performances, man, he can't even complete half of his passes. Had not looked good there against Oregon State. Didn't look good at Utah. They're going to stick with him in this road spot here against Stanford. Pretty much a go against here with Moore and that freshman quarterback in a road spot. So we'll look Stanford here with the plus points. And boy, if you were, we almost had a tie game, right? We almost had a tie game in that Houston. A long flight of center caught, runner on first, 1 out, top 7 Texas with that 4-2 victory. Looks like we're going to have some really tense final 3 innings in that one, but that's what we'll go with, guys. Check out Pick Dodge From. I got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball. I have plenty of plays for you over the weekend from college football and NFL. Remember, the long-term pass will serve you well. That 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that period of time. You go over to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions also available at multi-cappers. Save even more money. All right, let's continue on here. We got you the recap, so we're going to close it out. That'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Guys, be sure you tune in again live here on Monday, live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll go up their place right here for the primetime action on Monday. We're getting closer and closer to that NBA. And, of course, remember, always get started with that morning show live here at tomorrow. Will be live 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make note of that time, at that early time, because we've got to get all the games in. And, of course, we'll have Jay up there with many of the cappers you see here on the Drive-Thru. We'll join him with picks, so make sure you tune in then. Lots of live shows over our channel. Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 minutes. Main Tool Show. We got Rod with his NHL video series. We got Chris with his NHL wraparound. We've got Jay with his NFL rundown, Ramanelli college football, and MLB rundown for you as well. Nick Metcalf, Nerf Fees, Your Fees. Brad Francis with the parlays. We got our man Wayne with the boxing rundown as well for you. Of course, UFC rundown from Mills, as well as his prop video of the day. Mike Davis will be back soon with his live shows. So you guys make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when we're live, you're live with us to get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. I'd like to get everybody in the chat room tonight. Mo Harris in there. Latifa, shout out to Latifa in there. John Stewart, Bill McDonald, Ron Crawford in there as well. Blake, shout out to Blake as well. Ramon in there as well. Theo Green, appreciate your contributions, as do Tori Cooker. Owie Swaba in there as well. And Jerry Gordano and Casino Royale is in the chat room as well. Jay Briggs back in it. He's happy with that home run. He was very happy to see that after we talked to him. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's bring in our crew from tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon.